Welcome to Pack Expo Connect 2020. I'm Manny Christoffel with PPI Technologies. I work in the manufacturing department. With me here is Stuart, president of the company. Stuart, could you tell us a little bit about the company?
Sure. Welcome, folks. I guess a little unusual this year. For 25 years, been doing this in person, so I miss all of you guys out there. I wish I could see everyone. But it is what it is. So really excited to be here. Appreciate you folks taking the time to be with us and to take a look at us and spend a little time learning about us. Most of you know, but for those who don't, we are a packaging machinery company. We supply everything from feeders to platforms to pouch machinery to tray machinery to end-of-line equipment, check weighers, metal detectors. We can supply all of this equipment and service it, take care of it. We're actually very proud of our little company. We've been business for over 25 years, and year after year, we are considered the best after-sales service company in the industry. And that's something we're really proud about. Guys like Manny that take care of business, take care of the folks once we've sold the product. Everybody does a great job up until the selling point, and we're really proud of the job we do after that selling point. So really excited to be here with you folks. And today I have my sales director, Rob Libera, who's going to be on the floor and taking you through some of our equipment. So Manny, what have we got on the floor? What have we got going on down there?
So we've got a beautiful little SN FM60 horizontal form fill seal machine. It's a nice little compact machine. It's a two-piece frame, so whenever it's setup is easy, it's easy to assemble. It also has got, all the settings are all scribed or have indicators on it. So when you're doing changeovers, it's from a horizontal form fill seal or from a form fill seal standpoint, it's 100% repeatable. There's no guessing as far as when you change from recipe to recipe or format to format where you're at. It's either going to be in the recipe or it's going to be in your cheat sheet where you can set all the dialable points to.
Very important. And you can tell Manny's a technical guy because the reference that he gives is something we're really proud of, the FM60. It's German technology supplied by our sister company, SN. And it's an easy to set up and install machine. It comes, like Manny said, in two separate frames, two separate pieces. So it's quick and easy to put in, to get it settled, to get it leveled out. The installation is nice, quick, easy. And the running of it is very, very simple. It's a solid workhorse of a machine. The changes of overs are quick. The efficiency is insane. Just really phenomenal efficiency. Something we're really proud of. Really a very, very solid machine. So I'll tell you what, without further ado, why don't we go down, take a look at Rob, and Rob, off to you, brother.
Thanks, guys, from the desk. So excited to be here at the Virtual Pack Expo 2020. Something a little different. Not going to get to see you in person, but very excited at the opportunity to show you the new SN FM60 compact form fill seal machine, and look forward to demonstrating this to you. Pete, start it up. So we're going to take you on a little bit of a whirlwind tour of this, and we're going to start at the back end of the machine and work our way through to the business end. So as we get to the web unwind of the machine here, we're running a sustainable monostructure material supplied by American Packaging Corporation. We're feeding up off the back of the web. Beautiful mirrored splice table here where you can splice a material. That splice will get detected by the machine and rejected. It would not get filled and sealed. The back end of the machine here, we're doing a pneumatic gusset punch with vacuum scrap removal, taking it to a central collection point. Really important to get that waste moved away and taken care of. As we move to the next portion of the machine here, we're coming off with power unwind, and we're moving the web across the plow. At the same time, we're also feeding in the zipper at this point. You'll notice that we have sensors on the top edge of the film in this area, and we're really precisely monitoring the alignment of the web at the top edge. The plow is actually moving automatically left and right and making adjustments to keep that edge very precisely aligned. Really important for making a good quality pouch. As we move to the next position here, this is where we actually have fed the zipper in and we heat sealing it in. Really important to get a good quality zipper adhesion to the film and have it sealed in properly. The next area that we concentrate on here, and we've got a machine extension, this is where we do code dating. We can do thermal transfer, We have a lot of area here for even a label applicator, so some advantages, and gives the customer various options and to consider when thinking about coding and additional stuff that they want to put on the machine. At our next position over here, we have our servo-driven side seal assembly. First station independent here is our bottom gusset seal and zipper crush. Next set of side seals here, we have a double side seal, so dual side seal first and second, followed by a cool seal, which sets the seal, gives you a good hermetic seal, and also cosmetic appearance purposes as well. This servo-driven side seal assembly also moves away from the web during the machine stop. So we keep the heat away from the actual material. You don't get any ambient bleed off onto the material, and keeps the actual heat off the material itself. Going to move on to your next position here. In this position on the machine, we are doing the hang hole. That can be either a 360-degree punch or a triangle or euro hole. And we are also doing the tear notch, either a diamond or a slit at that point. So moving to this section, we have our servo feed roll here. It's also adjustable from the outside without opening the guarding. Really important for positive feed of monostructure sustainable materials. And again, guys, please look us up. Go on our site, request a meeting. We're happy to take you through the machine in a lot more detail, a lot slower, and can answer any questions you may have. Come with me to the back of the machine. Back of the machine here, we have our 8-station turret. On the left here, we're showing our Lami-Purge gas flush, really important for shelf life and modified atmosphere applications. Looking at the turret here, we cut and transfer into the first position. We open the top of the pouch with vacuum and dive in mechanically to open the bottom gusset. That's really important for a good product fill level going down into the bottom of the pouch. Next station is our diving ductile assembly, and we are also gas flushing the tubes on that mechanism as a pre-flush. Followed by a complete diving gas flush assembly, and then into the heated top seal, and following that we do a cool top seal, discharge onto the discharge conveyor, and any unfilled or rejected pouches would be dropped behind the conveyor and going to a separate catch point. And finally, we have the Allen Bradley PLC and HMI, and please reach out to us at sales, and we'll be happy to go through the machine with you in greater detail. And with that, back to you guys at the desk.
Alrighty, thank you very much, Rob Labera. That was a great job. As you folks can see, really, really nice piece of equipment, extremely solid, well made, runs like a top. I'm very, very proud of our partner, SN equipment. We've heard it from the sales side, and again, Rob's a fairly technical salesperson, so he's touched on a couple of things. But really, what I'd like you to do is maybe you can take the folks through some of the pointers that you like, not just as a team member of a PPR, of course, but also where you are explaining a little bit on the technical side of things, someone that's in the trenches, someone that's fighting their frontline battle, what you like about the FM60 machine.
So one of my favorite things about the SN machines is the detail that they put into the builds. It's so precise. There's no guesswork in what's been done. Everything fits together the way it's supposed to. It's German engineering. It's the top of the line. It's the top of the world. And we have the best team, surrounding that. Whether it's for installs or troubleshooting, we really do have that. It's what we do. It really is. Whenever you think of this, is kind of the entry level of where the horizontal, what we do on the horizontal side. But at the same time, there's so much flexibility in this machine. It can be simplex and duplex, or duplex. It runs at high speed. We can go up to 100 a minute. Whether it's the power unwind in the back, the splicing tape, the mirrored splicing table that Rob talked about. You go to the web feed, the web guide. Running sustainable, your neurofilms, your monolayer films, your sustainable materials, all that kind of stuff.
And that's, sorry to interrupt, Manny, that's really important that I want to throw out there. It's great that Manny's correct. It truly is an entry level of one of our Form Fill Seal entry level machines. But that being said, we are still so far leaps and bounds ahead of so many of the other folks out there that our entry-level machine is capable of running recyclable, mono-material. We're capable of all the intricacies that you typically would see only on the top-of-the-line equipment. Our starting machine that's running at 100 pouches per minute can do all of that, simplex, duplex. So Manny, sorry to interrupt, but I get excited about this because it is an entry-level machine, but I tell you what, it truly is able to do so many things. So keep on going, Manny.
Well, 3-side seal, stand up, zipper, hang hole sombrero, tear notches. We can do die cuts. We can integrate liquid fillers, dry fillers, anything you want, robotic inserters.
And you folks
we
are
do it all.
actually integrating that, right?
Yes,
Manny?
that's
You
correct.
would get that on the floor. Maybe go a little
100%.
into that, because I know some folks will perhaps get a filler and then the machine, and it doesn't always work out that well, the integration, but we make sure that works out well. So Manny, maybe you go into a little bit of that as well.
Yeah, we put a lot of time and energy into making sure what the filling component that we do is integrated properly, whether it's the I/O, whether it's the faults, whether it's the safety circuits. We make sure that goes together as a bundle. So if the customer has a prescribed filler that they want to use, that they want to integrate into that, we can do that.
Perfect. Yeah, that's very, very important when you looking to purchase a line. What about nitrogen flush, Manny? I know a lot of our folks out there really are interested in nitrogen flush. They have certain oxygen residual that they need. As Rob mentioned, we have our Lemmy-Purge system, which we're very proud of, and maybe Manny can go a little bit into the technical detail on that system.
Yeah. So on the nitrogen flush, we do. There's a number of different systems the ways that we can do it. But typically, we like to dive to the bottom of the pouch. That way, we get the best results available. Like on this system, we have the flow control, so we can control the pressure, we can control the flow. We dose at the fill funnel, so we're flushing down into the pouch as we fill, which you always trap a little bit of that nitrogen in there. And then we go to the next station, we dive in. Depends on the product. Some we dive further than others, but we can dive into the bottom of the pouch. We cap the top, we stretch it tight, we capture all of that. Typically with anywhere from 4 down to below 1% residual oxygen.
Very important. And Manny, you mentioned diving down into the bottom of the pouch. I know a lot of folks will do an air cylinder for nitrogen flush. How do we do that on the FM60? If let's say we have to adjust the dive length, maybe go a little bit into the detail on that mechanism.
So we can do, if we do an adjustable dive, that we normally use a servo for that. Very nice. When we use a servo, then at that point it's adjustable from the HMI. It's saved in the recipes. It's almost a thoughtless changeover at that point.
And that's extremely important. So what the guys on the floor like Manny will do is they'll actually program that servo dive so that if you run in product A and you know that lance only needs to dive into the pouch 3 inches before it starts damaging product, that can be put into your recipe. If we know that when you are diving down, you need to dive down quick and then have a slow flush and flush all the way out, Manny's able to control that kind of flush. So really important that you have a good nitrogen flush, modified atmosphere system on the machine, and this machine comes with it. Manny, one thing we haven't touched on is size range. You're going to give us what the simplex and duplex being 2 up, simplex being 1 up, what those size ranges are.
Yeah, so on the simplex size range, it's you're looking at 70, 80 pouches per minute. You're looking at up to 8.6 inches wide, 9.8 inches high. On duplex, you're looking at almost up to 4 inches wide in duplex, and that same about 9.8 inches long. Now, typically, if you're doing something that narrow, you don't do something quite that long, but it's capable of doing it.
Yeah. So,
and whether it's simplex or duplex, you can do zipper on either one. You can do a hang hole sombrero. You can do the tear notches. Like I said, you can do the shape pouches. You're not restricted that when you go move away from simplex. You can do all that stuff in duplex. Another thing I might mention is we can run the zipper in the bottom. So in other words, if you got a product that you don't want to fill past the zipper, where you want that zipper closed, and you want the product filled in from the bottom from the bottom of the pouch, we can run the zipper the pouch upside down.
Very nice. As far as the components go, we are absolutely very capable of making this machine the way you want it, of how you want it. And we carry over $3 million worth of spare parts at any given time. But at the same time, it's Allen Bradley, it's Festo. If you want to get it yourself, you can get a better price, whatever the case may be. Absolutely go ahead and do that. We will support you after the sale. Like I said, we are consistently considered the best after-sales service company in the industry, but we also give you the opportunity of doing that yourself if you should choose.
Yeah, they are the best running machines out there. They just run and run.
Absolutely. Well, folks, want to thank you for spending some time with us. Hopefully we did okay. It's our first time doing this, and neither Manny or I were real excited about the camera business, but hopefully we did okay. Again, really appreciate you taking the time. And please contact us. Get your personal tour of the machine where you can ask questions and get involved in that. We look forward to hearing from you folks. Come on down to Florida and visit us. And we've got our facility all making sure we're safe with COVID, etc. So hopefully we can get something going. Thanks again, folks.